whenever I want some relaxed, low-key, creative time, I tend to go to my planner. So I thought I would take you along, and I also have a little surprise for you. Welcome to another Junk Journal Snacks episode. It's Barbara from Vienna, Austria. So I'm on my 4th signature in this planner. I started this in January, so I have 1 signature per month. I'm going to be very sad when this is full, but at the same time, I'm so looking forward to making a new journal for the next 4 months. If you missed how I made this journal, you can find that video linked in my Plan With Me 2023 playlist below this video. So this is where April starts. Here I'm using my Dragonflies Resurrected kit, which you can also find linked below. And by the way, I made a little change here. In case you've seen my Plan With Me April video, you might notice that this looks a bit different. So when I was editing the video, I realized that this was too plain because I didn't have the cheesecloth and the black thread underneath. So now I like this much more. And also I added some water splatters here on the back side of this belly band, because apparently I had forgotten that as well. The color of the Distress Oxide was just too solid, and I just wanted to break that up a little bit like I did here in the video. Those are the only things I've done since that last video. And you see I have this acetate bag here, and this is still empty. So I thought, let's put something in there together. So I wanted you to be able to join me, so I made this freebie for you. Maybe I should hold it this way. Obviously, it's a postcard, and you can either print them and cut them out and glue them back to back so that you have a front and a back side to your postcard, or obviously you can use these separately. You can cut this out and add your own collage on the back. And you can use this as a journaling card to write on the back. And these are scans of Collage Fodder that I made using handmade stamps. If you've seen my recent vlog, which I will link for you below as well, you will have seen me talk about these. I changed the colors digitally, especially these here in the background, which are pink, used to be black. I really like this brighter look for this postcard. And I also have a video coming up in about 2 weeks where we make some handmade stamps and collage fodder together. So stay tuned and make sure you have that bell notification on to not miss that video. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these out. So I've cut them both out. They are more or less the same size. I did cut them a bit crookedly, but it's okay. And before I stick them together, I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and do some stitching. Not sure yet what that's going to look like. So I chose a baby pink thread to match the pink here, and I just sewed around all of these separate pieces, and now it kind of looks like they've been sewn on top of each other, which I think is very cute. I've added some double-sided tape on the back, and I'm just going to glue these two together. Next, I'm going to take my Wild Honey Distress ink and go around the edges. I think this color matches best these here and these here. These pastels seem like Eastery colors to me, which is perfect because it's Easter Sunday today, isn't it? I have a lot of sweet memories of Easter Sundays with my family. My mom used to make kind of a big thing out of Easter brunch. And even as older children, we always got some Easter treats, but we had to look for them. Usually it was too cold still at this time of year to do that outside, so my parents used to hide them in the living room somewhere, like under the couch or behind a curtain. And we'd get like the chocolate bunnies, the chocolate Easter eggs and all that. Oh yeah, and another tradition we had was to take one of the hard-boiled eggs, which of course were colored, and to divide that into as many people as were there for the brunch. And then each of us would eat a piece. And I guess that would symbolize like good luck for the future, something like that. It was just a very sweet tradition. I enjoyed that a lot. We actually got dressed up. My dad got into a suit. Anyway, so we have our postcard, but I'm not done with it yet. I want to add something else. In one of my recent collages in my other journal, I added 3 eyelets because it really went well with the composition. And I really love the idea of adding the eyelets. So I want to do that again. I received a few questions, whoops, about where to find these kind of big eyelets. But actually you just have to go to Amazon and search for large eyelets and you will find these. And they usually come in a pack of 3 different colors. What do I want for the... Oh, actually these would be nice, I think, here. And I always like having 3s. But even the small eyelets would look cute. So I think these need to go, where do they need to go? Well, they definitely should not go right through the stitching. That could work. So I'll trace them so that I know where to punch. Then I'll take my crocodile, but you can take any regular punch. And then let's attach these. And another thing you could do if you don't have a crocodile or you don't have these eyelets, but you like the look, is you could just take hole reinforcements, color them, and then just punch the holes and stick the hole reinforcements over that. So on the back we have this, which is totally fine. Since I'm going to be adding this to this acetate pocket, what about adding a nice pull tab? So I chose some fabrics that have similar colors to what I have here. So let me quickly audition some of these. And of course, adding a pull tab like this is like adding another collage element. So I do need to pay attention to where I'm placing it and what color then works with the placement. So for example, this one here, even though it's a very similar color to what I have here, I don't really know how to place it best, because if this was a collage, I would definitely put this color on this side so that I have this diagonal here and so that they're not next to each other. But I don't want to do it like this, or could I? Actually, I could also do that. But then again, I have these 2 elements next to each other. At this point, you might be thinking I'm completely overthinking this. And you could be right. Okay, this would definitely be a good option. If I shorten it like this, I could totally see that working. Going back to this way, I have this one which could work here, because here I have a triangle now with the browns, but I think it's a bit too heavy, so I'll rule that one out. I have this beautiful one, which I have been gifted and which I'm obsessed with. The colors are so cute, and they're actually pretty much the colors I have here except for the green. And if I maybe fold this up, I mean, the cool thing is it's a leaf, which would work so well with the theme of the tree here. That would be a really cute option up there. Keep that in mind. I have this baby pink, which is adorable. That I think would go pretty much anywhere because it's such a light color. Probably I would add it up here, same place where I had the green, but I don't think I'll go with that one. I have this, which is of course very similar to this one here, but I have a feeling it's too solid, it's too dominant, so I'll rule that one out. And lastly, I have this one, which is a cutie. So this I would want to put over here because I have yellow here and here. So that would go here, also cute. So my short list is this one here. But now I'm realizing, oh, actually this was here, right? Yeah. Now I'm realizing that by picking up this color, I now have 2, and I will feel like I want another green one, probably somewhere here. So I won't take this, and I'll just use this one because I think this one blends in very nicely. And I can put this anywhere, basically. probably up there. The question is, do I double it up? I don't want to just fold it over because I don't want it going over this postcard design. But I could double it over because one layer I think is too flimsy. I should have done that before I glued them together. So I'm just going to stitch these 2 layers together. And then I'll take my textile glue and glue that on. And since I have this piece of fabric left that I just cut off from this one, why not stamp a sentiment on that? And I'm going to stamp Be Kind. I have these linked below in case you're interested in one of these. If you use these, I suggest you always make a test stamp before you stamp on your project directly, because it can be tricky to line these letters up. So I've already done that. I'm going to use my jet black Stays On ink. And then I'll cut this down. I'll leave a bit of space so I have some space to fray it. And now I just need to decide where to put this. Yep, I think that's the spot. And I'll tell you in a moment why I chose this sentiment. By stamping it on fabric, of course, it adds another nice textural element. And on the back, I'm going to actually write to myself. So, to Barbara, from Barbara. Feels kind of weird, but it's okay. I'll add the date up here, April 9th, 2023. So, dear Barbara. So basically, I just want to write some encouragement to myself, and I want to be kind to myself, because often we are so hard on ourselves, and I have to keep reminding myself to treat myself like I'm treating my best friend. Like the things I say to myself in my head, I would never say to my best friend. So this is something I really want to keep working on, and I have to keep reminding myself of that. So I want to write this postcard to myself to remind me of that. So what I wrote is, Dear Barbara, please be kind to yourself like you would be to your best friend. Don't beat yourself up over little things. Be proud of all you have accomplished and don't worry so much. Enjoy life and all the little things. Love, Barbara. Maybe I'll just add here, Vienna. So finally, this can go in here. Love how it looks with this acetate bag. I can see both sides. And in case I forgot to mention, obviously you can find this freebie linked for you below in the description box. Have fun with this and be kind to yourself. Love you guys.
Mwah, mwah.